Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Josh. Welcome to the channel. Hope y'all are doing well. We are going to be getting into Gachiakuta episode 8 today. A little old classic reaction here. Where did we leave off last time? Where did we leave off? Ah, yes, Jobber, the crazy Jobber, and being teleported through a manhole. Oh, Gachiakuta. And its interesting power system, right? Speaking of Jobber, let's just go ahead and recap the character names from last time we gave MVP to Jobber, or Shithead. Man, I can't get enough of the voice acting. I was literally editing episode 7 yesterday, and it's just, I love the voice acting of his character. I'm glad that he wasn't like a one-time antagonist where he got killed off or something. It was just like a short-term kind of, okay, here's Rudo getting stronger. No, he's actually in it for longer, because boy did they do a good job with just, I don't know, like the demeanor of the character, his style, especially his voice. For the best moment, we gave that to Zanka and kind of Rudo a little bit, just like their combination between their two powers. I thought that whole fight scene was sick, like really got me hype. And then for the funniest character, we gave that to Recto and his reaction to little Rudo asking what a masochist was. He's like, huh? Concerned parent. And then we skipped over the Sacro last time. But yeah, y'all, I don't know, last episode is definitely, I think they started picking up the show for me. Like, I'm starting to get a bit more invested with seeing a little bit more of the power system. Like, I think last episode really made it shine a lot, or, you know, kind of the last two, I guess. But yeah, just like the creative combinations and whatnot, you know, seeing that there's like dimension teleportation stuff, that's really cool. It seems like there's going to be just such a wide variety of different powers, which I'm excited about. But yeah, y'all, let's go and get this reaction. If y'all enjoy it, drop a like for me, comment, subscribe, all the good YouTube stuff. Really appreciate any support. And yeah, let's go and get into it. The series.
よう、何こんなとこでしけた面してんだよ。そういやお前、まともに人気使えるようになったんだってな。
Sure did.
これでお前も
クリスがどんな面しろってんだ。上でも助けてくれた人を助けられなかった。でここでも
Yeah.
進んだと思ってもまた同じことの繰り返しかよ。
Takes time, dude.
俺はこのまま一生変われないのか。
仲間のためなら命張るってな。お前を守ったのは天界人だったからじゃねえ。物も人も大事にできる仲間だと認識したからだ。
I like that.
グリスに顔見せてやれ。
So is Grease actually dead, dude? You fucking serious? Oh. Oh, you sons of bitches, dude. They led me astray, dude.
そっかそっか。グリスが死んだと思ってあんなに落ち込んでたのか。
They fucking, these bastards, man.
てかあんだけざっくり入ってたら死んだと思うだろうが。
ん？それは掃除屋の医療チームのおかげだ。
Yeah, what's the medical team like?
今回活躍してくれたのがこの子だ。
She must have a vital instrument. Yeah, what's the healing power like?
たまたま役に立てただけで。
Probably one of the most important givers there are.
エイシア、お前は死にかけの俺を救ってくれたんだ。本当にありがとう。それにトロも、お前がそばにいたから俺はあの嵐屋の猛攻に巻き込まれずに済んだんだ。でもお前のペース
He's got the potential though, man. Even Jobber said that. Aw.
そしてルド、本当によくやったな。あんな強いやつをザンカと協力して追い込んだ。
Yeah, they pushed him to the edge, man.
俺は大事なものが誰かの役に立つならそれでいい。それが俺のものへの価値観だ。
Like that.
新たな情報もある。
嵐屋が口にした教会。奴らは展開についても何か調べてる。
But why are they so interested?
ボス。
Oh, the boss?
ボスって言ったか。じゃあこいつが掃除屋のボス。
I like the gray eyes.
私はコルバス。
Corvus.
アルハ・コルバス。 こんなでも一応掃除屋の頭だよ。正式に掃除屋に迎え入れることを宣言しよう。
Let's go. Let's go. I want to know his vital instrument, man.
着替えと情報を用意してる。
He's gonna actually have a cleaner outfit now. He's gonna get the uniform.
教
It's
会
gonna be
とは
dripped
その
out.
名の通り、天界と下界の狭間にあるもの。天界に渡ろうとした者はその境界をまたぐと死んでしまうらしい。境界に一番近いとされる近域に一人の女がいたそうだ。ある旅人が近域に迷い込んだ時、その女に助けてもらったらしい。その時旅人が聞いた。なぜこんな場所にいるんだと。上から人が降ってくるのを見ていると。
Watching all them spheroids get axed.
上と下を行き来しても死なないやつもいるのね。
その女は境界をまたげるものを見た可能性がある。
その女が見たやつにたどり着けば上に戻る方法がわか
Yeah.
るって。
Haven't even seen the whole fit yet, and it's already looking dope.
行くか引くか。どうしたい？
His voice actor sounds familiar. He's not gonna go right now, though, is he? I feel like he needs to train up more.
来たか掃除屋の断腹。
Dang.
よく似合ってるじゃねえか。
What are you so nervous about, Zonka? The hell?
止まれって！いい気の女に会いに行くのは今日じゃねえって！力強っ！
全開に戻るヒントが。
Ah, Ruto's so impatient, bro.
お前よ。危険なところに行くには準備ってもんが必要だろうがよ。そんなところに情報収集も。
Is Ruto's whole arms black? Like, is that his skin? I know his, like, hands are kind of like that, right? But is that his arms?
まさかついてきてくれるのか。
足りめえだろ。悲劇に一人で行くなんざ自殺行為だ。
Unless you're, yeah.
そういえばなんで嵐屋みたいな奴らでもギバーになれんだ。
すべての人間が善人ってわけじゃねえ。すべての人間が物を大事にできるわけでもね。
Those aren't mutually exclusive, though.
マスに扱うし、悪人みたいなやつも大事なものを持ってる。
More
ギバーになる
complicated.
のに人間としての良し悪しは関係ねえのさ。
It's kind of interesting.
あ、ギバーをよく思ってないやつは俺らのことを依存者って呼んだりしてくるけどな。一つのものに固執すんのは気味悪く映るんだよ。
Yeah, probably.
あ
Ho, ho, ho.
悪人は勝手に物を大事にしないって決めつけてたみたいだ。
Yeah, a little bit of an assumption.
とりあえずお前、今日はくつろいでろ。立て続けに動き回ってろうしな。
It doesn't seem like that's gonna last based off the what Zonko was seeing.
でもどうくつろげばいい。
How does one relax?
ゴミを剃りて。
Big trash guy, huge.
ルド掃除屋の中案内してあげるよ。
え？
トレーニングルーム。
Time to lift some iron, man. Get swole, baby.
ちょっとボロいけど結構充実してるだろう。どんなもの食べてたの？
パンとかスープとか。
お菓子は？
お菓子？
お菓子。
Oh man.
お菓子は金持ちしか食べれなくて。
Yep.
ある
That's
よ。
how it be. She's so mischievous, man.
下界には食物屋って人たちがいてね。掃除屋もそこから定期的に買ってんだ。
Dang, legit. They got the macaroons and everything.
ああ、食べたことないんだって。
Bro's about to get such a sugar high.
私はドラッグよりはるかに人気だからな。ハマったら怖えぞ。
Even more popular than drugs. Yikes.
食物屋には料理作りに特化したギバーが集まってる。
Cool.
もしかしたらそいつらのおかげで下界の方が歌詞が充実してるのかもな。
Not so bad on the ground, eh? Big choice. What are you choosing first? Ah, he's got to go for the macaroon, the cutest looking one. Hopefully, he doesn't have a tree nut allergy. A budding addict. Bro, this is me, man. I'm such a sweet fiend. That too. Oh my god. It looks like freaking Luffy all blown up. And a Peter or something. This shit. Yo, this show is so ridiculous, bro.
また人気使えんなったん。
お前歌詞に夢中になりすぎて忘れてたんだよ。
そんなはずは。
It's just such a freaking troll. Is it like limited to certain objects?
ルドはもともと捨てられたものを直しとったんじゃろ。それがルドの能力の基盤になっとんなら。
Yeah, nothing. Something that's like not intact.
それが壊れたものにしか反応せんのかも。
Kind of makes sense. So that means the talisman was kind of like broken, like it didn't like really work or do its full potential. Like if something's already bringing out its full potential, then it can't. He can't use the giver power. Dope.
残価の読みは当たりだったな。やるじゃねえか。さすが教育係。
Aww.
連続で武器化できるか試してみてもええ
Yeah, this is why I want to see if you can do like multiple at the same time.
できるんかい
Yeah.
まだいけんのかいお前ほんまチート
Okay, there's gonna be a physical limit.
こいつ前も連続で人気使って話垂れてたんだよ。
やば。
グローブの質が半端なくて体がついてかねえんだろうな。
Gotta train up, get your stamina going.
物を大切に扱う時間が長ければ長いほど年季の入ったいい人気になんだよ。それを俺らは質が良くなるっつってんだ。質が良ければそれだけ大きな力を出せる。
Let's probably get better over time.
確かに幼少期から大切に使っとんならそりゃ質はええんじゃろうけど
Yeah, especially knowing Rudo.
それともシリーズってのが関係し
That's what I wanna know. Lord, please.
俺が武器化したものが最後崩れ落ちたのはなんでだ。今武器化したものは崩れてねえのに入れ替わりで
Yeah.
崩れるわけでもねえし。
もう悔いはないってことなんじゃない？
Mm-hmm.
だって人に捨てられたもの、壊
Yeah.
れて使えなくなったものの価値を最大限に引き出す能力なんだろう？
You properly put them to rest.
ゴミ、壊れたものの価値を最大限引き出して役目を果たして消費する。
So I got a lot of meaning to it.
お前はグリスのお守りや今まで武器化したものを壊したんじゃない。不完全燃焼だったものをきっちり使い切ったんだ。
In a blaze of glory. Give them a proper exit, man.
っていうか、そのグローブシリーズとか言われてたけど、結局何だったの？
ってことは他にも何個かあんのか。
So it's like part of multiple ones.
大事なものにはつけるだろ？名前。
全然考えたことなかった。
ちゃんと名前つけてやらねえとな。
Call them gloves. Good old gloves. We back with Jabber? Oh. We get to be the boss.
掃除や芸術の街、砂漠の祭壇、人気、シリーズ、万人シリー
Ooh, Watchmen series.
ルド。
Damn, dude, that voice. Udo. Yeah, that's cool. He's got the symbol on the back of his chair. Is that chair his vital instrument? Very interesting. Getting to meet multiple bosses. All right, y'all. Episode 8 in the wraps. Good low-key episode. Honestly, it kind of felt like we needed a little bit more of a relaxed episode. I mean, still lots of really good information and lore kind of getting passed our way. Some new characters and whatnot. Some questions being answered to some degree, but overall, a little step back from the action, which I think is always good to have that balance. Let's go and get in the character ratings, and we'll kind of talk about a few things as we go through it. For MVP, I'm going to give that to, what's her face? Isha, I think it's called. The healer. I like that we got to learn about, healing powers. They kind of referenced it a little bit with Jobber's Claws. Like, Zonko's like, no way that could heal you. It's like, no way. But, in this case, we actually have somebody who can heal, and I'm sure that's why Grease is alive. They don't really elaborate on what her vital instrument is or how it heals or to what degree it can heal, but it is important for, I guess, context just to the power system in general, right? Like, this kind of makes it so that people can probably survive wounds that normally would be more fatal. I don't know if that's the case with Grease in this scenario, but I'd imagine probably, But yeah, obviously Clutch, her coming in and saving our boy. For the best moment, I'm going to give that to Rudo and him learning more about his new power, kind of getting some more clarity to how it all works. So I had some questions during the last fight, like why he wouldn't just, use it on multiple different items and whatnot, so you could have like a weapon and all that. And we're kind of getting answers here that he can use it on multiple items. Now it does like drain his physical stamina. I guess it depends on the quality of your vital instrument, and we talked about that a little bit here. But most importantly, it's about him bringing out the potential in items. So if something's like in a good state, for example, that knife, it's not damaged or hasn't been cast away or thrown away, it's not garbage or hasn't been retired too early, then he can't use his power on it. It's only for things that have been like, trash, basically. Trash or things that have been damaged and thrown away too early, but it can be repaired. So it's more about him bringing out the full potential in an item, and not just destroying them like Grease's talisman. Even in Grease's talisman, I guess the way it looked like is like, it's not like it was damaged, it just wasn't actually fulfilling its purpose to the fullest extent. And Rudo brought that out of it, brought out that kind of that supernatural power in it almost. So I really like that. I don't know. I think the meaningfulness of the power system so far, I think, is really refreshing. It's not just about the power itself, although that's cool. There's once again meaning behind a lot of it with, I guess, some level of morality and whatnot, or just like with the importance of, taking care of items. And speaking about morality, they talk about that a little bit in these episodes around how raiders can become givers. Rudo asks about that because he has this preconceived notion that only good people are the ones who would take care of an item like this. But, Engine kind of breaks it down that it's a little bit more gray than that. There's good people who take care of items well. There's good people who don't take care of items well, or maybe they at least seem good. And then there's bad people who are on both ends of the spectrum too. They might take care of items well. Now, it's interesting because, like, to me, it's a question of morality, right? They bring up morality in this, and Engine, I think directly says, a person's morality is irrelevant to whether they can become a giver. Now, I don't know, like, to me, taking care of objects really well, right? Like, if you think about real life, that has to contribute somewhat towards someone's morality of being good versus bad, right? But maybe it's not as much about, or maybe it's like not that black and white about it contributing to somebody's morality. For example, maybe somebody could become a giver even though they're evil. They could become a giver by understanding the system and then caring for an item to bring out the power. Maybe it's like kind of directly simple that way. Now they don't make the power system seem simple. So to me, it does seem a little interesting that, like an evil person could, unintentionally bring out the good or bring out the power in something by taking care of it. You just wouldn't expect them to take good care of things. But maybe it's kind of more of like a narrative that like, hey, you know, bad people can still kind of do good things as well, right? It's just more about like what their intention is at the end of the day, what their how they bring that into fruition in the real world, you know. And kind of speaking around like a little bit of the gloves too, and about the quality of an instrument. So like Rudo can bring 3 items alive, or you know, bring the potential out of them, and then he gets a nosebleed. So, and they kind of allude to the fact that these gloves have like a really high quality, and they like, okay, well, you know, he's had them since he's a kid, so he must have taken great care of them. But like them being from this series kind of adds a whole layer to the mix. And it's like, okay, how long have these gloves really been around? You know, Recto obviously had them for some time before Rudo. Did Recto use them? Did someone before Recto use them? Rudo's father? I don't know. You know, there's probably more quality in these gloves, not just from Rudo, but from other people too, I would imagine. For the funniest character, man, this was a hard one. I'm gonna give it to Engine. Engine just geeks me, man. Like him just kind of like, it's kind of just trolly, man. Him like laughing at Rudo always gets me. There was multiple scenes in this one, him just kind of like chuckling at Rudo, or you know, making fun of people who might judge givers for being codependent. I don't know, his whole demeanor character just gets me. But shout out to Rudo as well with the sweet scene. That was pretty funny as well. And then for the Sacco, I'm not gonna give it to a character. I'm gonna give it to Studio Bones, man, for the little flip they did on us with Grease, making us think he's dead. Poor Rudo and myself got played so hard. Honestly, I feel like I could have given to the author. I don't know if this was in the manga originally though, so I'll give it to the studio. They'll take the blame on this one. But yeah, what else was there? I mean, we got to meet both the bosses. The cleaner's boss seems really cool. Definitely has a presence to him. I like his voice actor so far. Kind of just, you know, the feel of his character, pretty cool. Very curious on what his power is going to be. And we get lore around it too, with you know, talking about like the border and that woman who's seen people come and go, and you know, this seemingly is our first glance at like what possibly could be an avenue for Rudo to get back to the sphere. And there has to be this obviously with who we saw who killed Recto. Didn't look like he belonged there, right? He looked like he was from the ground itself. So we'll see if this is like the actual way to the sphere, but cool that we're getting some lore there. And then also with the Raiders boss, you know, we don't see a face or anything. We don't get a name, but we do hear he confirms, I guess, the series, which is the Watchmen series. Now, I have no idea what that is, but when I think of the Watchmen series, I know that's like a comic book. Pretty sure, like in the Marvel universe, I believe, maybe, question mark? Maybe it's DC, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know if that's a reference to that or if it's something completely different just in this universe. Very well could be that, but very, very interesting. And then most of all too, his cherry was sitting on had the same emblem. So I don't know, I'm imagining that like these high quality items all come from like a period long ago, or it's passed down from generation to generation or something. That's why their quality is so high, and they're probably why people would be interested in those items too. Like I would imagine that maybe this leader is going to want to steal Rudo's gloves, for example, like give it to somebody else for them to use. But yeah, y'all, really good episode. Really enjoyed this one. Let me know what y'all thought about it in the comments below. Appreciate y'all being here to watch with me, and I will catch you for episode 9 next week. Peace.